What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. As you can see, today I am hanging out lakeside to do this tour. And this one is going to be of the 2025 Yellowstone 5240. This is a pretty darn awesome setup. I think you guys are going to like it. If I had the ability, to kick the kids out for a weekend and just go cruising around with honey buns, this is exactly something that we would be looking for because it has a lot of space in a little space. I mean, it's under 27 feet. It's only 10'6" high. It's also just lightweight and kind of zippy in general. I actually got to drive it up here and, set it up, which shout out to Gulfstream's marketing department. Really appreciate you allowing me to use this space. Absolutely phenomenal. It's a beautiful day out. But the nice thing about this is it has a mid-Murphy bed. So during the day, you can kind of hang out, get good use of a living room space. But then at night, you can kind of shut her down and, get the job done. The nice thing is, too, it's all electric, so you don't have to worry about, clugging and chugging along for you. But it looks really nice. And I don't know what the siding is, but it has like the smoothest looking fiberglass that I have seen. I mean, look at that. Just looks like glass coming off there. So the second I'm done with this, I'm going to go and look through. Now, I do know they have Asdale on board as well. You see you got the frameless windows and all of that, but all the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes, including a link for Funtown RV, will be down in the description. But hopefully you guys enjoy the tour. Hit that like and subscribe button. This one today is going to be sitting on the E450 or E350 chassis, Gizo Pete. So you can kind of think of it as like a work truck. It doesn't have any of the crazy frills, but it definitely gets the job done. And I think right when you walk in, I think this aesthetically looks really nice. And this is what I was talking about, where you have the sofa. This is kind of in that living day space. And then you can lower down the bed, which we'll get to here in a little bit, to do some sleeping. It's also just happens to be directly across from where your TV is. And the TV is actually on a televator. So the control for that is located right here. And you just, bada bing, bada boom, baby. It pulls all up. You got to move your succulent over to the side, but pretty darn cool. It's also smooth and it's quiet. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give you a little, view around here. Now, what's different about this one is most of your Class Cs are going to have the overhead sleeping, but this one opted to get the extra storage here, which is nice as well. So probably going to be optional there for you. I would presume. Classic E350 chassis. This is what I was talking about, kind of like the work truck. You do have some cameras and whatnot, which you'll be able to see from here, and I'll point that out towards the exterior of the tour. And then kind of you have like a kind of a tough, rough, kind of beat me up material that's not going to get dirty down there on the ground. But, you got room to charge all your stuff. You got room to put all your drinks. You got really everything that you need. Cruise control, the works there. So now you flip it around. I am hanging out, just sitting here kicking it, just so you can kind of know for reference on where I am. And it is actually pretty darn comfortable. I'll have to see what the brand of this is, but it's really nice. And you got a good eye shot in from what I would consider, the worst spot in the house for the TV. You're also going to see you have storage here up underneath. You got a fireplace to keep you nice and a roasty and a toasty. And these things do get really toasty, about up to 100 degrees. In an RV this size, it'll probably be the only heat that you need, which is pretty darn nice. You're also going to see you have your fuse box right there, and it's the auto detect. So right behind here, if something wasn't working, you would see a glowing red light for you. You got the TV hookups, you got your outlets, you got windows back here behind, and then, oh, need to turn on those lights there. Well, we'll get to that. So open this up. Oh, nice. You got the strut system, which this is hands-free. So, babe, if you're watching, I love you. But, I mean, look at that. You got plenty of your overhead storage over here. And then you flip around, and you're going to have this little table right there, which you can see. It's got the little puck-in spurts, and it's got the poles. That is to go right inside the hole right here. So, bada bing and bada boom. And now you got your dining table. So, again, there's really no extra fluff being added into this. It is a really just solid unit to where you can add a dinette if you want. You can add a bed when you want it. You can have a couch when you need it. You also have 77 inches of interior height. So I'm sitting at about 6 feet tall. So the leftover of that is how you get to 77. But Yeah, that is nice. Your kitchen area, you got everything that you need. You got a little microwave. It's got the old potato mode, so who doesn't like that? And if you don't like potatoes, you can have dinner plate mode. You got your lights, you got a fan, then you got your a 3-top burner to whip up all the fixings. So you're talking some green beans, some mac and cheese, maybe some sauerkraut. That'd be a really weird meal. You also got yourself, a little oven, which is a great spot for, your cookies, your DiGiorno's. You got pots, you got pans, maybe you got soaps. Put all your soaps there. What I really also enjoy too is the solid surface countertops, and then this is going to be cut out of the countertop, so it's going to match up with that decor there, which is nice. And it's a stainless steel undermounted bowl with a high-rise faucet, hitting those dishes from all angles. You also see the fact that you have the windows over here as well. All right, the old Contour refrigerator, baby. That's going to be a 12 volt, and it looks like it's going to be, what is the size on this? Is that the 10.7? I don't see the size on it, but it looks like it's maybe the 8 foot 10.7. I'll put that down in the description as well. But pretty darn nice. The freezer section will actually keep stuff frozen, and then the refrigerator spot will obviously keep stuff cool. But that's what's nice about this, is your ice cream will actually be like rock hard if you want it to. Then obviously you can use the microwave to soften it up. I never knew that people actually soften their ice cream until I started finding like soften and melt mode, and that's what people told me it was for. So right here, this little button, the little red button there next to the sink, that is actually going to be a tank heater. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a 12 volt pad that sticks onto the bottom of your tank, so that way when you are traveling, it won't cool down and freeze and crack the tanks for you. You also have the ability to control your heat and AC right there, and then your solar charge controller here as well, so you can see what the solar is doing up on the roof. Now, the bathroom to this model is actually pretty darn cool. One, because I think this camper in general would have a hard time getting any type of closet space or for clothes or anything like that. But now you have these really huge openings over here, and a lot of times that goes kind of forgotten because you don't have a traditional bedroom. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like I don't know, storage is usually just an afterthought in floor plans like this. And I just love the fact that you get a more kind of homey feel for the bathroom while achieving a ton of storage. I mean, for reference, I'm 6 foot with big, beautiful bowling guns. And that's right up to the tippies to just about the pitskis. 3/4 up the bicep. So speaking of bicep, you got a mirror for the old bowling gun, baby. And then you move it around. Plenty of action here. And then as you come in, you got the bathroom just looking pretty darn sharp right there. Look at that. Stainless steel. You also have a couple outlets, Suburban on-demand hot water heater as well. So that's going to be more very quick heat, and it's going to last as long as you have propane as well. Sorry, I did park this on a hill so you can see. It's a little slanted, so Gulfstream, if you're watching that, ignore that portion. But, it looks like a 36 by 30 shower to me. Really good space, especially for a round guy in an RV. So you can see here, if I flip it around, you got about 6'4" for head clearance in there. And then you got about an extra 10 inches or so for belly clearance, assuming you got the exact same belly that I do. Plus you got a little shower head. You got all the action that you need. You're ready to rock. Let's go ahead, and since I'm sitting down here, shoulder to shoulder, you're clear, you're good to go. All right, so now let's flip this around and let's get to the sleeping aspect, because obviously this is fantastic for your daytime, but now let's see what it's like at night. And I haven't done this side quite yet, so we're going to see on this, but I know this portion, you take it right here and you just hold it up. It's collapsing down, it's collapsing down. It's actually pretty quiet and pretty smooth. And what I'm going to do actually here, I'm going to, so that way I can move some of like the, move the pillows and whatnot. I'm just going to set up the camera right there. Now you can see it live in action as I figure it out. We'll see how smart I am. So it looks like you just kind of pull right here. Okay, so it kind of comes down like that too, like nice and soft. You don't have to worry about it slamming down too, which I think is pretty comforting for a grandkid. I mean, just like that, that couldn't have really been any easier. And then it feels like it's got like a little bit of a foam. It's a pretty firm mattress. It's exactly how I like it, but my wife would have something real squishy real quick, but pretty darn comfortable. I'm gonna give that, like, for me, that's like a 9 out of a 10 mattress. For my wife, it's probably like less than that. All right, so now we put it back up. And there you go, guys. That about wraps up the inside portion of this tour. Again, it's the 2025 Yellowstone 5240. And in case you missed it the first time around, all the specifications, length, height, tank size, awning sizes, will be down in the description, along with a link for Funtown RV, where this one is heading. But now we'll go around the outside. We're going to open up the compartments, see if I can snag a quick thumbnail. And yeah, we'll show you what this beauty has to offer. Okay, so once again, E350 chassis, so it's going to be, you know, getting up and down. We've all driven probably a truck before if you're new to it. It's got plenty of power. It's not the fanciest, but it's also, it's an E450. I mean, it's an American classic, you know what I'm saying? I do like the hubcaps here, you know, that you got. That looks pretty darn nice. And you got the step stool coming up. You're also going to see that you have the extra large, they come out a little bit further for the viewing as you're driving down the road. And then to help aid that, you're also going to have the 3-camera safety system. So 1 off the back and 2 on the side. So you're basically going to be able to see something similar to that when you are driving down the road. And the steps here, when you open this up too, what did I do wrong there? Maybe it's the screen you got to open. There you go. All right, so you open the screen, and that's when those stairs come up. Now they go down, so pretty cool. Magnetic latches, which if you guys have seen my videos before, you know that I am a big fan of the magnetic latches because I've broken so many of those cheap plastic ones that it's borderline, you know, crazy talk. You got a couple outlets right here. The frameless windows, again, Asdale on board for your for the inside the walls, which is nice. And then you're going to have the back end of the Suburban on-demand hot water heater, low point drain, and then a little storage compartment into here. And then the back is actually a molded rear cap too, which is you don't see every day. And I like how the ladder goes all the way up and over onto your walkable roof, which is nice. You have 300-pound weight capacity, so your boy can officially climb on that now. And then your spare tire propane quick connect will be located right here. So that's basically if you're going to be hooking up to a grill, you're ready to rock. You have a 2-inch receiver, and then you're also going to have a 7-way pin with a 4-way flat as well. Coming on over to the side, you're going to have your sewer outlet connection be located right there, along with, see here, is that a little dump valve location, little stinky sinky holder. You got yourself your gasoline, city water connection, black tank flush, and then of course your outside shower, along with your 50 amp connection, and then your cable and satellite hookup there too as well. Propane will be located right here, along with your battery, and then over to this side you're going to have your generator. Yonan 4000, baby. But all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I'm gonna go hop on to these other models, but yeah, hit that like and subscribe button for daily RV content. And again, thank you to Gulfstream RV. And this was the 2025 Yellowstone 5240. Have a great day. How the heck do you move that thing? See you. Meow, 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 meow.